Right, no Al's left. I just thought I'd whip up, this is actually the next day, I thought I'd just whip off this GB Racing cover. I haven't even touched this yet. This is why you buy crash protection, and you buy good quality crash protection. Forget the gravel rash, the little bits here and there, that's kind of irrelevant. But this is completely intact. And yes, these parts, like if you wanted to order this cover, it's probably not very expensive. But what you've done is stopped oil pissing out, you stopped your bike malfunctioning, and you've also stopped other riders from potentially having a really serious issue on the circuit. And you can see just how much it's protected the bike. And I guess these, I don't know what these holes do actually, but anyway. I've got the new one up here. So we can compare, can't we? That's how much it came down by. And it really wasn't sliding that much. So yeah, we'll just wang that on and no one will know. Yay. These really are just nipped up. Very, very low torque. I know people think, oh my god, it's got to keep the oil in and all the pressure. Once on my Fireblade, it went in for a service at a certain Honda dealership. And when I came back out, I noticed one of the engine bolt covers. I think I asked them to put some covers on. Anyway, there was a bolt sort of floating around. I was like, oh god, that's well loose. Literally went to just sort of touch it, and it stripped off. And fortunately, my mate Arthur has got he had a left-hand drill bit, and he managed to get it out for me. I'll literally just nip those up, but they really are. I don't know what the torque setting is. I'll look it up, but it's about 6 at best. As if by magic, 6 Newton meters. Okay, I've torqued these banjos up, and I think I'm gonna start putting some fluid in here, and at least I can bleed it then while I wait for the spacers to arrive. That's going to make no difference really to bleeding it. So that's that. And out the back, I have got some race fairing, and I'm really tempted to start putting it on. What I might do is just offer it up, at least do the seat, and then we can see where we're at for the rest of it. Should I do it? It's a lot of work. Again, race fairing, that's probably a video in itself, just because you think, oh, that's going to be easy, but by the time you've managed to take all the headlights out, tidy up all the wiring, re-Dremel holes, it's a bit of a pain, but I want to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Maybe you'll find out after. Don't know. Maybe. I mean, this is the seat unit. I mean, there's a lot of work to get this nice and remove the bird shit. It's going to be so nice. But I mean, the seat unit is the most important thing, unless you're going to race properly and you need an actual catch tray for the oil, because the seat actually, it's going to be a lot firmer. It's going to be a lot nicer to ride with. Kit, I think I'm going to have a go at it. Right, I'm going to give it a go, and just, I mean, it's got to be offered up anyway before it gets painted and stuff and sanded down. So let's see. Hopefully, I mean, it's got all the under trays and everything with the kit, so I don't know what is mounted to where. If anything, it might remove a kilo of weight, probably. Well, probably more than that, because the seat is already off. And get this light out. Well, there's only one way to find out. So excuse me, by the way, because filming this and doing it is quite difficult on your own. So just cut me some slack, and I will update you as I go. Okay, most of all the plastic shrouding and screw things are off. I think if I just undo this. I've also discovered a load of Mugello gravel, which is still knocking around in here. Oh, this is really hard with one hand. It's all going to just fall off now. There goes that. Oh, there's some gravel. So that should come off, which is great. Right, so as suspected, nothing's ever that easy. This is the seat support, and I feel like it needs to be stretched. Like, it's almost well, it's certainly impossible to show you this with a camera and try and get the screws in. But yeah, I've heated it up and tried to stretch it because it doesn't quite line up. I might have to Dremel some of these little fins down a bit. I might just put the normal seat back on. No! Sorry. Okay, I kind of got the base plate on. It's not. It needs adjustment. And now I've got to adjust these holes as well. So, yeah, as predicted, putting fairings on correctly and nicely is a faff. But if you rush it and do it wrong, it's going to fall apart and you're going to have to do the whole thing again and it's going to be a pain. So I'm just going to go ahead now and just start tidying up and then I'll just basically show you the end. That looks cool though. Okay, massive pain in the arse and had to go and buy a new drill. But the alignment's on, we're good. This is the seat pad onto the seat fairing on the seat base thingy. So it looks okay. It's a little bit to the left, but I think I can probably enlarge some holes and wobble it around a bit. I think that's the base plate. If I move the base plate a little bit. But yeah, this is the pain of race fairing. But I think we're good because this bit also, which is a pain, lines up. If I can get that. Come on, Bobby. Come on, baby. One-handed. So the good news is that lines up in there as well. So we're pretty much, not pretty much, there's still loads of work to do, but the hard bit, the super hard bit, I hope is over. Please. Okay, so after much messing and adjustments, like drilling out holes and stuff here to get it all lined up and be straight, it's on. I also just did a quick coat of black paint just because I want it to look a little bit nice. I mean, it's going to get scratched to shit anyway, but it's on. Okay, I think we are on. This all seems to line up nice. We're all side bits on. It's getting there. It looks pretty cool actually, doesn't it? Everything looks cool with the race seat. Okay, this is all in now, basically, it's all good. I've just been sanding it down, it's making a lot of mess, and it's going to be a messy job. But I'm just going to, I'm going to go and get some just rattle cans, and then paint it satin black, I hope, and then get this wrap on it. I don't know, anyway. My point is, this has gone well, to a point. And I think I'm just going to take the rest of this fairing off now. I think I made the call because I'm going to Portimao. The bike has to be shipped in a week and a half. So I've got a week and a half to get it on. I think that's enough time. So I'm going to do it. So I'm going to strip this off now, get the headlights and stuff out, and then, wish me luck. All right, thanks guys, bye. Just a little update. Side panels all off, and just need to try and tackle this headlight unit. I have done this before. I had a 2015 R1M and I put race fairings on that, so it should be similar. God, I mean, there's no way I can remember exactly what happened, but I remember being able to do it. So that's a start. Okay, this is it's not easy, this, without some sort of manual, but I've managed to actually take the front off. There's a lot of cables and a lot of tubes, so it's just a case of one by one slowly levering them off. This is like, I think this is one of those emissions air, what do they call it, the pair system. I don't know if I can just pull that off or not without having to do special stuff to it. So I think I'm going to call Mitch at Crescent tomorrow and see what he recommends. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, look at this nest of stuff. Okay, that's it. Headlight unit off. And I'm hoping that we don't need this control unit to get... well, hopefully it won't come up with any silly errors and stuff. So, okay, and I think even if we do need this pair system, it's not actually as bad as I thought. Most of the gubbins is in here. We've got that little snorkel. Another bit of... hang on a minute. Let's just pop that down there for a second. I keep finding bits of Magello. Cool. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's offer up the big dog. Okay, that was pretty painless to get this far. It's actually not far off. We're all lining up pretty much down here. It's a bit tight by the rad cap there. This all seems to be okay. That's all good when the screen's on. Well, I've got to drill all the holes for the screen. These are all the things you forget, but actually, fingers crossed, it's not so bad, I don't think. Okay, well, this is going pretty well so far. Side panels are on. It's all mounted and lined up to the standard holes. It's all pretty good. I've just had to drop it down because I need to take it off the lift to get the belly pan in here. And then once that's all lined up, we've got a nice... This isn't even done up at the top here. I need to drill a hole, but I'm just going to get it all on, stressed, and then find out where to drill the holes. Cool. Okay, the belly pan is on. Wasn't too bad. I'm going to have to do a bit of cutting for that exhaust. Yeah, it's touching a bit there. And then the other side, the kickstand is still on, which I know it's extra weight and but a kickstand is really useful. So I don't know. We might get away with just a little bit cut out there. I'm going to give it a go anyway. So I'm going to leave this on here all night to sort of stretch. When fairings have been in boxes for months and months, they can sometimes take the shape of the box and warp slightly. So I'm going to leave this on here, stretch it out. Yeah, and then we're good to go. Hello. Next day, I thought I'd get on with putting some fluid in these brakes. So while I'm waiting for this all to stretch out. So I don't have, bleeding brakes is a bit of a annoying, messy job. I've got some very basic equipment, like a really cheap sucky thing, a cheap thingy thing, and then a hose. So I've basically put the fluid in, it's all torqued up, drawn the fluid down into the calipers, and now I'm just going to start bleeding at the top of this master cylinder on this handy bleed nipple. Some older brake systems don't have a bleed nipple up here, so you've either got to leave the lever open for all night. Probably best thing to do is lock it up overnight and let all the fluid come out. Let all the air, come out. But what do I know? Look, again, this is what I'm doing. I'm the one that's going to be doing 200 mile an hour down the straight and hope these brakes work. So I like to know that I've done it the way I want to do it. So if you want to shout in the comments, by all means do it, but it's probably too late now. So thanks. I'm going to try and shoot the really satisfying air bubbles that come out of the master down the tube. That is one of my favourite things to watch. This is so difficult. So we're putting a bit of pressure on the tube. There we go. Right. But, oh, it's so sexy. Come on. Oh. Look, this is so difficult to do one-handed with all of this stuff, so I don't want to f it up, so I'm just going to do it on my own. Sorry, bye. Okay, good news. Good news, everybody. This is a couple of days later. I've taken the fairings off to an internet reach out. I did a post the other day just asking if anyone can help with somewhere to paint the fairings, which I was prepared to do, but Jack from Bill Rules Restoration, I think it's called, which is actually just round the corner, and he invited me over and said, hey, we might be able to help you out. So I went down there. Really lovely facility. They do a load of old classic cars, and he's going to paint them for me. So that's great. So they're all off. And in other news, not a big bag, but a nice bag. No, that's empty. Come on. Another bag of stuff arrived. Oil filter, so I can do that. 2 of them actually. Pro bolt fairing kit. Really nice black anodized bolts. The important bit, this is a Pro bolt caliper kit with spacers and nice bolts and everything. So that's all hunky-dory. And I also bought some nice disc bolts. And some Yamaha fairing bolts, because the plastic fairing, the race fairing came with some, the Zeus fasteners aren't very good, and some GB Racing bobbins to replace the ones that are broken. But first things first, I'm going to have a good old tidy up, because it's an absolute mess in here, and look at all that. Look at those random nuts, and all the dust is on the bike, and yeah, so I'm going to have a good old clear up, and then crack on with the rest of the little bits. So I'll see you shortly. Thank you very much. Thank you, goodbye. Okay, we are a little bit cleaner around here, bit of room to work. I think the easiest things first are probably going to be, or the most exciting bit for me anyway, is let's get these spacers on so we can make sure those brakes are properly all seated. So let's do that first, and then we'll come back to the other little fairing bits and bobs, which we can't do much today anyway, because the actual fairing itself is away being painted. So we're probably just going to be able to do this today. Might be able to do an oil change. Let's see. All right, cheers, bye. Okay, so in these little baggies, these are the spacers, these are the jobbers. Focus, for God's sake! Thank you. Nicely made. And these are the bolts. Again, very nicely made. So let's get them in here. Let's get rid of these horrible things. They're titanium, these as well, I think. So let's get rid of these. Oh, I should get the... Hang on, let me get the thing. Well, you don't need to see it going in. I'm just going to put them in and then I'll show you. Okay, great, bye. Right, nice bit of copper slip on there, only a little bit. And then in we go. Already feels like it's the right spacing, which is good. I'll have to raise the bike off the floor and we'll give it a couple of spins and a bit of a tighten. I mean, all of this bling now is just making me... I've got some gold Dimag race wheels, and I'm supposed to sell them. I've been supposed to sell them for like 2 years. They've been in a container. I think I'm going to have to get them out and put them on, aren't I? Or at least take them to Portimao and go full bling, because with this setup, it needs a nice wheel. With these discs, these brakes, these forks, I mean, it's absolute heaven. In other news, look what just arrived from Motor Direct. In here, I think, are going to be my sexy race gloves. My custom, to match my horrific zebra skin set. Yeah! Look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh, thanks, RST. Love you. Oh, that's cool as well. You going to be happy up there, Bubby? Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to drop the oil now, and then that's it really, yeah. Oil filter, got the brakes on, got the new GB Racing bobbins on, and that's pretty much all we can do today, so thanks, bye. Oil change complete. Of course, Motul 300V, the only fluid you need in your Druid. And we're just at the maximum level. A bit, once the engine motor turns around, there'll probably be a little bit more going into the filter, so that'll probably reduce a little bit. But yeah, we're almost ready for Portimao. Right, so Jack has kindly... I mean, this is the amount of amazing paint and stuff they do here, and then my crappy fairings have turned up and it's been professionally painted. Look at that!
Proper job.
Amazing, mate.
And I painted inside as well.
Oh, amazing. I can't stand it when it's all the horrible fiberglass inside. Look at that. Just don't drop it down the road, Chris. Amazing. Honestly, thank you so much.
No problem.
That's amazing. And it was all done in a professional paint booth.
We've got to thank Dan as well, our painter here. Dan, he's worked hard on these and got them painted here within the week, so hopefully we fit them this week.
Amazing. Thank you, Dan. And yeah, thank you guys. And yeah, big shout outs. Right, back in the workshop and gonna fit all this stuff to the bike. And then put some pretty stickers on it. So I'll just speed this up now because it's probably becoming quite an arduous video with all these little tidbits. What's that doing? Okay, bye. Okay, fairing on, pretty much, and it's looking pretty bloody stealthy. It's a shame about this big blue panel here, but I'm going to move on to the design phase now, so I'll probably just leave this here now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate this has been a bit of an upsy, downsy, topsy-turvy episode, but I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to do a bit of design stuff now, which I really enjoy, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Yeah.
DR Bikes are offering 10% off many parts and upgrades seen in this video, such as GB Racing, Brembo, Arrow exhausts, Motul, ProBolt, and many more. Link in the description. Terms and conditions apply. Goodbye.